Assalamualaikum everyone. Thank you for joining us. My name is Aman Bashir and I am an Education USA advisor at the Lahore office. So I'm going to give you a brief on what Education USA is. Education USA, we have, what is USEFP? We have advising centers in Lahore, Karachi, and Islamabad. USEFP is a binational commission. We have 8 directors, 4 are American and 4 are Pakistani. We also have the Prometric Center, Testing Center, जहाँ पे हम लोग GRE, TOEFL conduct कराते हैं. We also do the USMLEs and about 100 other tests. And then we have the Fulbright scholarship, which is our flagship scholarship. जिसमें we have 2 different scholarships. But of course, a lot of you won't be eligible for that because this is a very specific audience that we are catering to today. But I'll let you guys know. We have the Masters and PhD scholarship. If you have any family members, you can let them know. As well as if you know anybody who is in their 2nd or 3rd year of university in bachelor's, they can apply for the UGrad scholarship as well. And since we have centers in Lahore, Karachi, and Islamabad, if you have any friends and family members who live in those cities, please let them know. And then they can, they can't go to our centers, but they can contact somebody in our centers directly. What is Education USA? We're part of the US State Department. We are the official source of all information regarding US higher education. We provide current and comprehensive information. And the one thing that we, as an advisor, do best is sit down with a student and figure out what the best fit university is for them. What does best fit mean? Basically, we say that don't choose the university, let the university choose you. And what that essentially means is most students here in Pakistan at least, they say कि हमें Ivy Leagues में जाना है. And Ivy Leagues में जाना है या top tier universities में जाना है. But the truth is that everybody is applying there. And all these top universities, they get well over 40,000 applications. जब आप 40,000 applications के साथ आप compete कर रहे हैं किसी के साथ, it's going to be very difficult. Because out of those 40,000 students, only about probably 1,500 to 2,000 max will be accepted. And on average, I would say 1,000 लोगों की slots होती हैं. So it's best कि we sit down and figure out कि किस तरह से universities को shortlist करना. There's over 4,500 universities. Pakistan में there is about 180 universities, and comparatively in England there's about around 200 universities. So जब हमने university shortlist करनी है अमेरिका के लिए, it's a difficult process, but that's why we're here. And of course, you also have your guidance counselors in your schools, which are extremely capable, and we can sit down together and figure it out. Some of the services that we have to offer, pre-now sessions, जिसमें से अभी मैं आप लोगों के लिए online कर रहा हूँ. Usually what we would do is we would come in person and conduct these presentations in various Beacon House schools all around Punjab, but due to COVID-19 we're not able to do that. We have free workshops, GRE, SAT, TOEFL as well, and हम लोगों ने अभी पिछले पास में भी कराई हैं. And actually from the 13th of July we're going to start having हमारी guidance session for SAT as well. 6 weeks की online classes होंगी, 2 hours long, 4 days a week. So if any of you are interested in that, please send out an email to us and you can figure that out. It's for 15,000 rupees. And we also have a library. We also help students conduct mock exams. SAT के हों या GRE के हों, we'll assist you in that. And then the one-on-one advising where you sit down with an advisor and figure out कौन सी university में eventually दाखिला लेना है, right? On average, we say apply to anywhere between 8 to 10 universities, and एक proper methodology के through हमने university में apply करना है. We want to figure out कि क्या उसकी cost है, कितने हम लोग पैसे खर्च सकते हैं एक particular university के लिए. Well, जितने भी हम पैसे खर्च सकते हैं, we need to know कि exact amount क्या है. You should be asking your parents this question now कि अगर मैं जाता या जाती हूँ अमेरिका तो आप मेरे पे कितने पैसे खर्चेंगे. एंड यूजुअली एक रूल ऑफ थंब मैं ये कहता हूँ कि अगर आप प्लान भी हमेशा होना चाहिए जस्ट इन केस इफ यू डोंट गेट द फंडिंग और एन एडमिशन इन द यूएस तो what's going to happen then? So plan B is obviously हमने पाकिस्तान में भी अप्लाई करना है different universities and जितने पाकिस्तान में आप लोग पैसे खर्चने के लिए तैयार होंगे उतने तो minimum you should be willing to spend um, to the US. So just make sure that you ask your parents at some point के what is the exact dollar amount क्योंकि जब हम अपनी प्रोफाइल फिल आउट करेंगे फाइनेंशियल एड की CSS प्रोफाइल उसमें we will have to input an exact amount चाहे वो डॉलर अमाउंट हो या वो ₹5 अमाउंट हो but we need an exact amount. So why study in the US? There's multiple reasons. Of course, funding being number one. A lot of private institutes have endowment funds in the billions of dollars. Income from those funds and that money which they generate from the billions of dollars that they have, uski scholarships spent. A lot of people in the US they tend to give back to the university and उस तरह से इनका endowment fund बढ़ता जाता है सारा and usually उनकी scholarships भी बढ़ती जाती हैं. There's also diversity, people from different backgrounds, race, religions, ethnicities, beliefs. So that's always something very good for a person to be introduced to. Quality and recognition, of course, goes hand in hand with US education. In fact, America की जो PhD होती है is world renowned for having the best research. Even if you compare it with England, America comes out on top just because research बहुत intensive होती है American degrees के अंदर. So flexibility is also another thing. So पाकिस्तान में अगर आप कहीं बैचलर्स में दाखिला लें या फिर आप इंग्लैंड में कहीं पे जाएं, you have to declare your major straight up. अमेरिका में ये आपको जरूरत नहीं होती करने की. Say for example, you're confused between whether you want to study psychology or economics. You don't have to worry about that. You can go undeclared. You can go into the university and पहले 2 साल आप जो मर्जी कोर्सेज ले लें, साइकोलॉजी के, social sciences के, history, comparative religion. You can do anything that you want. That's not a problem. At the end of the second year is when you have to finally declare a major. So if you don't know what you want to study, that's perfectly fine. And declare जाना कोई मसला नहीं है, and nor would that have any negative impact on you getting any sort of an. In fact, let me give you guys a little background on myself as well. I went to Penn State and I did my Bachelor of Sciences in Economics from there. And जहाँ तक flexibility का ताल्लुक है, so we had to complete 120 credits. And उसमें से 60 जो थे वो directly economics based थे and 60 were non-major based. So उसके अंदर you had to do health and physical sciences के 12 credit, arts के 12 थे, and then sciences के 12 थे, and so stuff like this. Like I took this Japanese course जिसके अंदर war drums के बारे में हमें सिखाया गया, and then there was this one course, watch movies and then write reviews weekly. Although it sounds like a fun class, but काफी मुश्किल थी. Writing a review every week, it gets tough when you have other things to do as well. So these are the 5 steps to US study. We'll be exploring all of them. Number 1 will be researching your options. You need to figure out कि academic and program degree जहाँ पे जाना है वो कौन सा है. So usually you have 3 types. There's the 2-year community college, there's the 4-year private institute, and then there's the public institute. A lot of students that make mistakes when they go online and rankings देखना शुरू कर देते हैं, उसके अंदर वो public institutes को भी साथ में लिया. मसला उसमें ये आता है कि a lot of public institutes do not give aid to international students. It's best कि थोड़ा दूरी रहा जाए उनसे. Then some students say कि जी community college में मैंने apply करना है क्योंकि वहाँ पे बहुत कम पैसे लगते हैं. Now, problem is that community colleges obviously we'll find out कि जो fee structure है वो बहुत उसका कम है comparatively to private or even public. The biggest issue that we have here is that with community colleges visas का बहुत issue होता है. So हम usually students को encourage करते नहीं कि वो वहाँ पे apply करें. But even if they have to, what we would say is कि you need to apply to a 2+2 program. 2+2 meaning 2 years of community college and then 2 years of private or public institute. उससे ये फायदा होता है कि एक गारंटी लेटर आपके साथ आता है एक्सेप्टेंस के साथ ही, एंड वो गारंटी लेटर आप अपने दिखा सकते हैं वीजा ऑफिसर को कि हे लुक दिस इज द गेम प्लान दैट आई हैव. So they want to see a game plan. They want to make sure कि आप सिर्फ 2 साल कम्युनिटी कॉलेज के बाद खत्म नहीं कर देंगे अपना काम. They want to make sure कि आपके पास एक प्रॉपर डिग्री आए बैचलर्स की, एंड वो सिर्फ तभी आएगी जब हमको एक सॉलिड प्लान दिखाएंगे. प्लान इज that we have a guarantee letter that once we're done with 2 years of community college, we'll be transferred to another institute for 2 years where we will complete our bachelor's degree. Going back to the researching your options, that's the first 2 points. Third would be choice of location. Say for example, friends and family हैं, आप किसी एक location में. This is always a great way to figure it out. My sister lived in Pennsylvania, that's why I went there. मेरा campus was like घंटा सवा घंटा 1 घंटा 10-15 मिनट की bus drive के दूर था. So that's why I eventually chose that university, because I got into other schools also, but this is where my parents said, "Okay, chalo, ye theek." So choice of location is also very good. And actually, if you can, even if you can stay at somebody's house, that's also probably going to save you at least $10,000 to $12,000 a year. You won't have to worry about boarding and lodging and meal plans. जिस तरह से आपको, because university के meal plans होते हैं थोड़े से महंगे मिलते हैं, क्योंकि usually they are all you can eat buffet type वाला जो होता है cafeterias में. So that you'll save a lot of money if you end up if you go to the US and then you live at a friend or family. And of course, campus life also is very important. So usually जब मैं college search कराता हूँ, so this is a little outdated Excel sheet. काफी मैंने इसको change कर दिया है. Once you do what is your web address? Do you have a FAQ section on your website? FAQs for what? You can just let me know. I'll be able to answer that question. So Excel sheet के through, as I mentioned earlier, एक proper periodically हम लोग लेकर चलेंगे. Informed decision हमें लेनी है once we shortlist universities and apply for them. Financing your studies. We need to know के cost of attendance क्या है हमारी, and the Excel sheet जो कि हम बनाएंगे उसमें that is going to help us severely. You guys register with USAFP and में सारे links वगैरह मैंने दिए होंगे. And to answer Faisal Malik's question, what is your web address? में लिखा होगा, not to worry. Now, once we start the one-on-ones, we'll share this Excel sheet with you and explain to you everything कि कितना से क्या करना है. So don't worry, we'll figure it out. Okay, so cost of attendance हमने figure out करने की क्या है. Everything is all this information is available online once we do a college search on College Board. And we'll input all that information into the Excel sheet. Funding sources, who's going to be funding your college degree, whether it's your parents, your grandparents, etc., etc. You need to figure that out. And sponsoring, उसी तरह से होती है कि अगर parents नहीं करे, then your grandparents. Applying for financial aid, you'll be using the CSS profile for that. CSS profile College Board के through ही निकलता है, and that is something that everybody uses. There are different kinds of financial aids. There's need-based, there's bid-based, and then there's need-blind. Need-based financial aid जो होती है basically ये होती है कि you just fill out the CSS profile, and if the university, once they've done all their calculations, to become minimum threshold, and if they see that you actually do need aid, they will give you whatever they can or whatever you've asked for. Merit based ये होती है, दो तरह की होती है. एक तो होती है before you enter college, which usually is, say for example, student XYZ, if they get 1,500 on their SAT or 1,400, we'll give them a $10,000 discount on the tuition fee. And then दूसरी इस तरह से भी होती है. कभी कोई यूनिवर्सिटीज, मेरी यूनिवर्सिटी में था कि if you got a 3.85 GPA, they would give you a $5,000 rebate on your tuition fee. So merit based भी इस तरह से हो जाती हैं. And then there's need blind. Need blind में होता है कि if say the reason why I say कि initially I mentioned एक minimum threshold होना चाहिए कि if you're willing to spend X amount of money in Pakistan, then you should be willing to spend at least that much when going to the US, right? So you should be willing to spend at least that much when going to the US, if not more. But उसका मसला ये है कि जब आप ज़्यादा पैसे मांगना शुरू कर देंगे तो आप अपनी application without even knowing it आपने competitive बना दिया है. Because if, say for example, you and your friend who go to the same university, school, do the same extracurricular activities, apply to the same school, but one of you is asking for $5,000. Is family contribution willing to spend money वाली जो है is say 5,000 and दूसरे की student की है $20,000. So the truth is that a university is business at the end of the day, and they have to pay their bills and faculty, et cetera, and आपको facilities भी देनी होती है students को and everything. So they have to run everything, right? Like because अगर private institute है तो वो government तो उन्हें पैसे दे नहीं. So they have to make ends meet. And the truth is that they'll most likely choose the student who is willing to pay $20,000. मगर जो need blind universities होती हैं, they don't look at your financial aid form. So they just don't look at it actually. What happens is that if they like the student, whether the student is asking for $5,000 aid or $50,000 aid, they'll match it. So that's one good thing about need blind universities. So there's very few. So this is the average tuition cost. As I mentioned, you'll be surprised. Two-year community college obviously is extremely cheap. मगर definitely visas का बहुत issue होता है, so you need to make sure that apply to a very good 2+2 TDO admission. ठीक हो गया. So this is these are average tuition fee, tuition costs. Bear in mind के private institutions, although यहाँ पे 32,000 लिखा, majority जहाँ पे Pakistani students apply करते हैं are above 50,000. Just tuition, and this is just tuition. Putting it living अलग है. So this is the admissions timeline. This is step number 3, completing your application. So we usually say that if you want to go in September, that means that you should start your application process in July the year prior. So now is the time to start your application. Okay, like you start doing your research. Okay, so researching your options, this is the good time. So then around November, December, and ideally I would recommend that you do early action. Regular decision के बारे में सोचना भी नहीं है. The reason why I say that is because एक तो हमारी obviously knowledge भी है, being working for this organization for a couple of years now. मगर if you just Google it online also, or use any search engine, you'll figure out that majority of the funding due to financial aid, whether it's merit-based or need-based, goes away in early decision and early action. There are 3 types of admissions that you can apply for. There's a regular decision, there's the early action, and early decision. Now the thing with regular decision is that उसकी due date होती है end of December, mid-Jan, early Jan. ठीक है? Early decision and early action. Early decision में ये होता है कि if you can only apply to one school, and you get to know whether you're in that school or not by the usually I would say 15th of December. ठीक है? Sorry, 15th of November. But it's binding. So you can't go to any other school. So you need to be very sure कि अच्छा मैं इधर apply करना चाहती हूँ तो मैं इधर ही जाऊँगा या जाऊँगी. ठीक है? And that's not a big deal. The thing is कि यूनिवर्सिटी ने figure out करना है कि उनका cohort पूरा है या नहीं है. Okay, so and then early action का ये है कि early action you can apply to as many early actions as you want, multiple early actions. And उसके decision usually I would say between November 1st and December 1st is correct. But this is just, there's no rule of thumb actually. Sometimes even early actions go up till mid-Jan, even Feb. मगर regular decisions से तो पहले पता चल जाता है. So now the thing is कि अगर 40 to 60% of the money is going away in early decision, early action, then regular decision का फायदा क्या है? That's the thing. I personally do not find any reason to apply regular decision unless कि कोई university specifically regular decision early action ना करने दे रही हो, then obviously it makes sense. मगर हमारा objective ये है कि हमने starting में अपनी जितनी भी aid हम ले सकते हैं और जितने हम acceptances ले सकते हैं करके खत्म करें, because that is that how most university. Okay, so we have to make sure कि October and November से December तक हम apply कर दें, and then ताकि because the deadlines are going to be right then and there. ठीक है? So किसी एक student ने common app वगैरह के बारे में भी कुछ कहा था. To more than one in early decision. No, you can only apply to one university for early decision. So that's why we need to know कि हमने कहाँ पे जाना है. And obviously we need to जब हम Excel sheet बनाएंगे, we'll figure out कि does it even make sense to apply there. So मैं आपको एक और example देता हूँ. Early decision / early action का acceptance rate versus regular decision का almost double का फर्क. So usually अगर 1,000 बंदा apply कर रहा है और 300 को एक्सेप्ट कर रहे हैं अर्ली डिसीजन में, What happens is कि 10,000 बच्चे रेगुलर में अप्लाई कर रहे होते हैं, वहाँ पे कोई 900 को एक्सेप्ट करते हैं या 700 को. So would you want to compete against 1,000 people or 10,000 people, right? And ऊपर से मसला ये कि अगर say $1 million हैं, तो उसमें से 600,000 तो चले गए स्टार्टिंग में जब वो 1,000 लोग compete कर रहे थे. So now 10,000 people basically have to compete for $400,000, right? So everything just gets more difficult, and there's no point in doing that. So stick to regular decision in early action. My personal advice. So somebody asked for a 3.85 CGPA for A-level subjects wise, calculate kindly. Tell me how much required for scholarships. Like I'm not sure which scholarship this is. Requirements तो जो भी scholarship होगी उसकी लिखी होंगी उनकी website पे. Like there's thousands of scholarships. I of course don't know उन सब की क्या requirements, unfortunately. So you would have to go online and fix. Okay, so CSS, okay, so the Common App. So the Common App is where a lot of the universities have decided. So there's about 800 plus universities on the Common App. You go there, you fill out your profile. इसकी की अच्छी बात है कि जब आप यूनिवर्सिटी शॉर्टलिस्ट करेंगे, डैशबोर्ड में आपने ऐड करनी शुरू करनी है. जब आप ऐड करेंगे आपको सामने नजर आ जाएगा कि अच्छा इसकी अर्ली डिसीजन की डेडलाइन अभी है, इसकी अर्ली एक्शन की अब है और इसकी रेगुलर में अब है. And then second चीज आ गई SAT. SAT of course is very important. If you decide not to take the SAT, that's also fine. A lot of schools are going SAT optional this year, but make sure that the remainder of your profile is proper, right? That you've done something productive with your life, because universities जो हैं वो एक holistic approach लेती हैं student की application के अंदर. Like they don't see, they see कि अच्छा student को लगता है, और या कभी का parents का pressure भी होता है and peers का कि grades बुरे आ गए तो जिंदगी खत्म हो गई, something like that. That's not how the American system works. Thank God. They give you second chances. They look at you and then they see कि अच्छा चलो इसने कोई change लेकर आया है तो that's fine. If you got bad scores in O levels, that's fine. As long as you fix it in A level. You have to fix it basically, right? अगर starting में गलती नहीं है, that's okay. अगर चलो A level में भी गंदे आ रहे हैं, then maybe think about taking the SAT, because then they'll see कि अच्छा चलो यहाँ पे बुरा था तो इधर उसने अपनी चीजें ठीक करी. You have to figure it out, you know. कहीं ना कहीं से बैलेंस लेकर आना है अपनी एप्लीकेशन को टिल्ट करने के लिए इन योर फेवर. सो ये तो हमें अगस्त में पता चलेगा ऑफ 2021, बिकॉज हर यूनिवर्सिटी अपनी चेंज करती है, कॉमन ऐप अपनी अपडेट करती है, और यू कैन एंड एज आई मेंशन बहुत कोई रूल ऑफ थंब नहीं है किसी यूनिवर्सिटी का, हर यूनिवर्सिटी का मुख्तलिफ होता है. बट जो डेडलाइन होती है अर्ली डिसीजन की यूजुअली इज 1st of October. What significance does the personal essay hold in a university application? It holds great significance. Reason being के that's the only way the university की जो admissions committee है, that's the only way they can know what the student is like. They want to know about you, what you think, what you feel, and this is the only way they can know about it, because academically तो सब कुछ उनको application के through मिल गया है, right? जो personalized questions होते हैं, supplemental questions होते हैं, या essay होता है, that's the only way that they can know what the student is like, right? So I'm getting some questions के please shortlist good universities. Unfortunately हम आपके लिए कुछ shortlist नहीं करेंगे, nor should anybody shortlist anything for anybody. This is your job. As I mentioned, you need to figure out कि आपने किस तरह से करना है. So there's 7 topics on the Common App, and you are free to write on any of them. And then one of them actually is that you can write on any topic that you want. So लिखना सिर्फ एक ही ऐसे है. So SAT का ऐसे तो मुख्तलिफ होता है. That's completely different, argumentative type होता है. You can figure that out once you start studying for the SAT. That's something completely different compared to the Common App essay. The Common App essay में मकसद ये होता है कि university wants to know who you are and what you've done, etc., etc. That's what you write about, and it holds lots of. Can you tell the importance of a good SAT score in getting accepted? Significance obviously high SAT score की बहुत होती है. मगर that being said, I've seen students with 1280 out of 1600 get full scholarships. मगर उनकी प्रोफाइल फिर एज आई मेंशन अर्लियर होलिस्टिक अप्रोच होती है, प्रोफाइल कहीं से बैलेंस करनी है. तो जो स्टूडेंट थी वो उसने अपनी एप्लीकेशन कहीं और से. ओके, सो फर्स्ट स्टेप इज गोइंग टू बी अप्लाइंग फॉर योर वीजा. हम लोग खुद ऑब्वियसली कोई इसमें असिस्टेंट. ओह बाय द वे, प्लीज आस्क ऑल योर क्वेश्चंस इन द Q&A box and not in the chat. So what we do is we invite visa officers to our offices in Lahore, Karachi, and Islamabad, and then they answer your questions जो भी आपके होंगे for the student visas. Then obviously last में हमारी pre-departure orientation आ गई. इसमें ये होता है कि it'll be introduced. We bring in people from the consulate, and then we bring in Fulbrighters to help everybody try to figure out the transition hota hai from Pakistan going to the US. Cultural shock na ho ya kuch is tarah se. We give you guys all the information needed to be successful over there, or at least to try. And then obviously you get to meet people जो कि आपकी same university में जा रहा हो या जा रहा same state में जा रहे हो. Hopefully you'll make some friends along. So one thing that you guys need to do in order to take advantage of our free services, visit the website on the screen, www.usefpakistan.org/advising/register. Email me at aman@usefpakistan.org. Please feel free to do that. Okay, so this brings us to the end of the presentation. For us, Sadek, you don't have to worry about calculating your GPA. जो common app होती है, जो universities होती है अमेरिका में, वो GPA calculate करने को नहीं कहती. They just ask for your GCSE, A and O level grades straight up. So you don't have to worry about converting anything. Sir, can I use personal statement for UCAS application as college essay for common app? I don't know, depends. अगर वो fall करता है उसी question के अंदर तो I guess that's fine. 650 words की limit होती है common app के essay की. Just be wary of that. SAT score की obviously importance होती है. That being said, score अपना बुरा लेकर आए. We should study for it. If you are asking for a lot of aid, you have to show to the university that you will succeed because they want students who they give scholarships to. They want to make sure that they give it to the correct person and that they will succeed. And because the success of a student means the university का जो नाम है वो और बढ़ेगा. And then that person will tell other people, and then word of mouth से और उसके university का नाम. thesis profile जो है वो financial aid की application है. common app की जो application है वो आपकी university application है जहाँ पे आप universities में apply करेंगे दाखिले के लिए. thesis profile वो जो दाखिले मिले हैं आपको common app के through जो admissions मिले हैं the CSS is used for financial aid. It's a completely different application. जितना जल्दी हो सकता है start करते हैं fill करना. Personal recommendation. Because उसमें ये होता है कि आपके parents की बहुत ज़्यादा information मांगते हैं वो. Like they're asking for a lot of information. But I would recommend कि एक या दो से ज़्यादा मत करें please. Stick to one or two. That's it. ठीक है. हर जगह से don't try to get certificates from everywhere. That's pointless. It's like कि आप एक साल में 10 नौकरियां change कर लें. Obviously आपके resume पे वो बहुत बुरा लगेगा. So it's the same. You need to be focused on one thing. Can you please shortlist good university engineering? Ani, we will together shortlist universities. Tala Tariq, how do universities check the credibility of the activity list we provide them? Every university does their own job, honestly. वो सारा कुछ खुद ही करते हैं, but obviously वो हर चीज तो because obviously they're dealing with thousands of applications, they're not going to look at each and everything. मगर they're definitely looking at more than half of those things. So अगर उसमें से एक भी गलत निकला है तो आपकी application वहीं पे उड़. I would highly recommend that please do not fly on your application, and also bear in mind that once you submit the application, you are essentially saying that I agree to the fact that everything on my application is true. So in case if they ever even find out आगे जाके कि आपने कहीं पे झूठ बोला है, they will easily expel you from school and might even blacklist from a US university because America mein this is very common that they taint a black sheep. So just be extremely wary of that. Don't lie, because if you get caught, that's the end of your. No, you do we accept the CSS profile after getting accepted? One question. No, so yes, hand in hand होते हैं, इनकी deadlines होती हैं. Everything has a deadline in life. So all these applications have a deadline, so that those deadlines we will follow. Usually हर किसी की different होती है यार, but usually November 15 तक आपको CSS भर देनी होती है for early decision. So I would recommend कि अभी आप लोग college board पे जाओ, CSS profile खोलो, देख लो कि उसमें क्या क्या required है, because you will be having to put your parents' email address also, and then they'll be getting emails, and then they'll have to input their information. So there's lots of work to do for the CSS profile, and it's not going to be easy. See you guys. I think we're almost done now because we have another session in 10 minutes and I have to go off. Thank you everybody for the questions. I think everybody asked some brilliant questions. MashaAllah, great job. If you guys have any questions, I'm gonna write that's my email. Please feel free to email me. But make sure that before you email me, you register on that link जो सामने लिखा हुआ है uscfpakistan.org/advising/register. Register there and then email me because इससे ये होता है कि I can keep a track of all the conversations that we're having via email. ठीक है? And then eventually जब हमें shortlisting का time होगा, I'll give you my Skype ID and then we can Skype and then we can talk it out and then मैं अपनी screen share करूँगा and जो भी होगा हम कर लेंगे. ठीक हो गया? Thank you everybody for being here and being patient. Thank you for all the good questions as well. Please stay safe. Khuda Hafiz.